Lord, of course. I totally skipped Screen Rant all week, so I'm gonna do a little quickie video to kind of wrap up what we missed all week. Hello, everyone. I am Mecha42, your favorite YouTube harpy, and as you can see, they are shilling like crazy. There's about 3 articles they ran in light of the recent Midnight's Edge video that kind of blew the whole lid off of the whole Star Trek Discovery isn't actually part of Star Trek. It's part of the whole JJ Bad Robot license, and it's not actually going to line up with TV Star Trek, with real canon Star Trek. Oh, Lord, let's just get into it. So, the first one that they like to kind of... how do I put this? Just flat out, plain and simple. First one that they're shilling for Discovery for, they're trying to make this sound like it's a good thing. Star Trek Discovery cripple the Enterprise to explain a plot hole. What they're referring to is why the Enterprise is not part of this whole little universe, and he's over on the Discovery, and why we're not seeing it, and one of the plot holes that we have been complaining about before we really gave up all hope about Star Trek. You know, before Midnight's Edge completely blew the lid off the whole controversy and got to the bottom of it and confirmed that yes, it is not part of our TV canon universe, and I'm pointing to my DVD box sets. It's part of the stupid JJ Prime multiverse theory shit. I'm gonna link you guys the new Midnight's Edge video where they kind of shortened it. It's much shorter, much easier to comprehend. But this isn't part of our Star Trek, and we know it. So basically they say, oh yes, the holographic communication system was ripped out to, because it's causing us nothing but problems. And this is why from every ship from now on till eternity we'll never have holographic communication problems. Well, if that's the case, how come we're still seeing them on the Discovery? And only the Discovery. That's the only ship we see them on. And maybe the Section 31 ship we see them on too. But we never see them again, until Voyager era. Yeah, you really, seriously, we're not that stupid. We're not going to, some of us are. Some of us are kind of so stupid they're like, oh yes, they explained away the hologram communicator and then the view screen, the dilemma there. No, they didn't. They took one shot at the fans and said, oh, only my grandmother still uses view screens. Basically, you guys are old. This is new Star Trek. Fuck you. This is old. This is new. We don't want you old people in Star Trek. We don't want you old farts watching. That's basically what it said. So yes, they insulted the fans further with this little thing, and now Screen Rant is taking the piss. Basically, they're basically telling us, oh no, it's good. It's really good to see. This explains away a plot hole you guys were bitching about. One of many, and taking a shot at us for doing so. So that's that article. That's from the 10th. I will link all 3 of these articles in the description below. Next one, Discovery Season 2 now is better because it's properly Star Trek. Fuck me running, it is not. It is not properly Star Trek. It is not good. It is not better. It is better than Season 1, yes, but it's still worse than the worst episode of Voyager or Enterprise. It still has miles to go. You cannot satisfy fans basically being as bad as the worst episodes of Enterprise and Voyager. Seriously. So let me just skip through here. Embracing some of its core tenets of Star Trek franchise ignored in Season 1. Oh, like just the horrendous stuff. From a business standpoint, the show is an instant success. Lies. No proof of this at all. Making the nascent CBS All Access streaming service viable overnight. No, it wasn't. Who the hell even knows about this? Star Trek fans don't even know about this. This is why my channel's still allowed to make fun of the Discovery, because at the end of the day, I'm helping them probably more than hurting them, because at least it's giving them some free advertisement, right? And that sucks. So seriously. Oh, it was divisive among viewers. reigniting decades-old arguments about what is and what isn't Star Trek. No, the arguments we always had were, I mean, I guess once the JJ universe came in, what is and what isn't Star Trek. But no, the arguments we always had were like, who was the better captain? Who was the better first officer? Which ship did you like better? Which ship was better, more powerful? Which alien race was cooler? Not what is and what isn't Star Trek. That was all pretty cut and chase and clear and concise in Star Trek for decades, until you guys fucked it up with Discovery and the JJ universe. That is just a flat out lie. That is just flat out bullshit. Has evolved into season 2. It's more important to understand what it fundamentally got wrong in season 1. Well, everything. The main character. Just the fact that it had any of that shit. Oh, after he and CBS couldn't agree on a vision for the series. Well, that might not be the case. It might have been something to do with Bad Robot weaseling its way in about a non-compete agreement, and they probably had to oust Brian Fuller. That's probably why. Fuck. Season 1 was thematically scatterbrained, never quite sure how deeply it wanted to examine humanity's desperation in the war with the Klingorks. And then the Klingorks themselves are redesigned as hairless monsters resembling orcs more than Worf. No shit. Yeah, that's one of the bad things. So how did it fix it? How did it fix it? It's righting the ship. It's righting the ship. Star Trek Discovery made the decision to abruptly end the war with the Klingons after season 1 and recalibrate the show's objectives after season 2 because they knew we wouldn't sit through any more of those Klingorks talking so slowly and they're insufferable. They are just so hard. Like Michael Burnham is impossible to sit through in this show. So are the Klingorks. Just the whispering, that stupid dialogue that they anybody in the show does. The slow speech of the Klingons that takes forever to say a word. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. Everything about it. The show's mean-spirited, dark, ugly, nauseating at times, just cinematography-wise. No likable characters. Plot holes galore. Not only that, they're trying to flat out lie to the fans and say it is part of the Next Generation, TOS, that universe, that world. It's going to line up to those series. At least that's what they're implying. And that's what they keep telling us. And we know that they're lying. We know that they're lying. Also, one argument I do want to counter real quick. Midnight's Edge makes them nothing but lies and doesn't say anything true. Well, if that's the case, how come CBS hasn't sued them or me or any of us for telling you guys what is actually going on? And yes, I do have the benefit of being more of an opinion and reaction channel over here, but over there on Midnight's Edge, they do try to get the best information out there that they can. Because of this shit, because of all the misinformation, because of all the shill media articles that are out there. And I'm tired of it. Discovery's biggest improvement has been his move away from the wartime despair to telling stories about exploration. We're still not, though. We're just chasing after fucking Spock. That's all we're doing. We're really not even exploring anything. Not only that, we're stuck in this mycelial network trying to get fucking Tilly out of there because they keep sucking her in with this goddamn spore that just yells at her all the time in the most annoying way possible. Again, you're ruining characters that were kind of likable in the first season, making them worse in the second. At least we're seeing less Michael Burnham. Season 2 is still connected to an all-encompassing mystery, but along the way we're seeing new spins on classic Star Trek ideas. No, we're not. No, that's the Orville you're talking about. We're really not. We're seeing a bunch of idiot writing that should be in supernatural sort of series, in paranormal series, not science fiction. They're going too far in science fantasy is what they're doing. Star Trek Discovery Season 2 episode New Eden, directed by Commander Will Riker himself, Jonathan Frakes, saw Pike and Burnham struggling with the realities of the Prime Directive, where they find a displaced human settlement on the far edge of the galaxy. Alright, I need to comment on this episode. It was the most Star Trek out of all of the episodes I've ever seen of Discovery. It was probably the best one ever. And it was only as good as a bad Enterprise episode. There's an Enterprise episode where they go to, I think it's like a season 1 episode, they go to like a planet where basically it's kind of like a planet Firefly, you know, where they're all kind of in the Old West and still, I believe it's exactly the same plot as this episode, except for the Red Angel didn't take them there. It is insufferable how they think that those type of episodes are going to cut it. They'd have to be hitting the ground running with with New Eden. That has to be like the worst it gets. And no, it's the best. And that's really, really sad. And this is the one episode that the Discovery shills and fanboys and all of those people like to cling to, that, oh, well, see, we had a good one. You just wait and see. I'm not so stupid, you know, and I like to keep an open mind, but not so open that my brain falls out, right? This is the best that we've gotten, and it's gotten worse and worse since then. We went from the best episode on season 2 to the next episode is the worst. Every shot, the camera is shaking, flashing, upside down angles, swooping shots. The cinematographer, the director should have been arrested for that one. Like, seriously, I think I can send them my medical bills for how nauseated this episode made me. Episode 3 of season 2. So they don't, and of course they're just skipping over it. Similarly, an Opal for Sharon takes one of the most well-known Star Trek tropes. The ship encounters a massive, amorphous alien with unclear motives and turns it into something both exciting and emotional, seen through the lens of seemingly dying Saru. No, it's not, because it went from, hey, I'm dying, to, oh, I'm better now. So we didn't even, it played out so quickly. You know, oh, and by the way, I'm dying. What? Okay, have fun with that. This is probably the first turning point of it being laugh out loud hysterically bad. What was with Saru dying. Confirms why Star Trek Klingons were originally bald, because they wanted to redesign them, because they're working within this licensing deal where it has to be 25% different than canon for them to monetize the designs. They can license anything they want from from the original shows. They just can't make money off of it. And that would cost them a lot more money than they're already losing on this series. There's another page to this. Oh, the problem with Michael Burnham. She's a fucking bitch. She's smug. She's a know-it-all. She's a goddamn Mary Sue that can't even be a Mary Sue correctly. Everybody goes around telling her how great she is and sucking her dick. And we don't see that. The character is just awful. She's a know-it-all, smug woman who thinks that she's the smartest person in the room, and she's not. She's nasty, mean-spirited, insubordinate, rude, selfish, and just plain not Starfleet. Plain not likable. That is the problem. Because the remaining problem is the same it's always been. Michael Burnham, while she no longer has to bear the burden of being the mutineer catalyst of the war of the Klingons, she's still weighed down by her direct connections to Star Trek lore, namely the Vulcan brother Spock. See, and she's still a liability. That's the problem. Yeah, unlikely and intentional result of settling Burnham with so much of an unfortunate prequel story is that it frees the rest of the cast from it. See, that's one of the problems, though. Yeah, they need to just get rid of Spock out of the series. Get rid of Burnham. Just go show us the adventures of Pike throughout the galaxy with his crew, with number 1, you know, or as I like to call her, number 0.75, because, you know, 25% different. Rebecca Romaine who's she married to now? O'Connell. Rebecca Romaine, you know her. She plays the Majel Barrett part from the pilot episode. We only saw her on screen for 30 seconds. Made a huge deal of it. Only on screen for 30 seconds. It's easy for fans to forget. It's actually quite weird. The Star Trek series will come out of the gate fully formed without any issues at all. That is not true. The Next Generation was unwatchable. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Next Generation season 1 and 2 were 10 times better than the best episode of Discovery, and don't you fucking forget it, you goddamn cunt Screen Rant writer. Who wrote this? Dusty Stowe. Suck a dick. Fuck you. I'm not reading any more of your article. Fuck you. Here's the next one. Reveals the origin of the Next Generation technology. Fucking bullshit. We know this is not in the Star Trek TOS and TNG timeline and continuity. It's in its own thing. Yes, they brought in a comm badge. Yes, they did. And it's one of the little black badge Section 31 communicating things from this universe that everybody knows about with Section 31. So yeah, fucking Vok Tyler is on the bridge of the Discovery. Emergency, yeah, we're ready. Come get us. Whatever the fuck he did. That is just one further example of how they don't understand Star Trek. Okay, you can't just throw in these little nods to actual Trek canon and expect us to eat it up. I would rather this thing was its own show, I would rather it be 100% different than Star Trek, because then I could ignore it. But no, the fact that they keep trying, and they keep lying, and they keep throwing little, oh, you're a fucking nerd, so you would like to see the comm badge, wouldn't you? You want to see, all these little verbal cues of Star Trek. You want to see like the little references, because that's what Star Trek is, right? You fucking nerds. Like the little singing, taunting song that they sang at us, which is so disgusting. If you guys didn't see that, I should link that video in the description below, where I react to basically them taunting us, singing, calling us nerds to our face, and we're supposed to be happy about it. We're supposed to just sit back and take it and be like, oh, yay, you got what we like. We like the technology and the references because we're the Big Bang Theory crowd who have no business being in the Star Trek fandom. I'm not even gonna read. I'm not even gonna read this article. This stuff just really. This is so insulting, because of Discovery being so different and being so different from TOS and TNG and all of that. That like I said, that little argument of TNG isn't anything. It was never good. It was unwatchable. Then maybe you don't like Star Trek if you can't watch TNG's first season, because TNG's first season was really good. It was really, really good. It had moments of brilliance. It had some stupid shit, but it had, Encounter at Farpoint wasn't a bad episode. You have Q in the first season. You have, I want to look up the Star Trek Next Generation season 1 episodes. I'm gonna do that because I know you. I remember Naked Now. Episode episode list. Not season 7. I want to see episodes. I want to see season 1. Here, it's on the wiki. Let's just go over there and look at it. Do they have like the list of it? Let me see. I want the list of the episodes. Counter at Farpoint, damn good episode. Naked Now, it was a rehash. It was kind of silly. Which one was Code of Honor? Third episode, American Science Fiction, originally aired, blah, blah, blah. Written by Catherine Powers and Russ Mayberry. Set in the 21st century, the series follows the adventures of the Enterprise, other ships visiting the planet Legion to retrieve a vaccine. Yar is abducted by the Legionnaires. Okay, that was kind of a crappy episode. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't the best one. Not the best one. The last outpost where no one has gone before. No one has gone before is visited by the Traveler. The Traveler is in season 1. I forgot the Traveler is in season 1. What's wrong with this episode? How is this unwatchable? If you don't like this type of stuff, you don't like Star Trek. Hiding Q, season 1, right? This is season 1. Riker makes a promise to Q never to use powers again. And the ship arrives at Quadra Sigma. A rescue team beams down and discovers a young girl who's died. Riker's attempted to save her. What is wrong with any of these? What is... Here's why I have an aneurysm. If you think that TNG season 1 is bad, fuck you, get out of my fandom. Plain and simple. You are not a Star Trek fan. You need to go back to reality TV. You probably weren't even alive when TNG aired. And I was 8 years old in season 1 of TNG. Okay, I am more familiar with TNG than TOS. I still have an appreciation for TOS because I love 60s television. All right, you can probably see the Batman set here, Laughing set there, Get Smart, all these other Dick Van Dyke Show. I'm a huge 60s TV fan, period. Star Trek was intelligent. It was intellectual. And now we have people who love this actiony, fast-paced sci-fi fantasy shit, which is fine as long as it doesn't have the label Star Trek slapped on it. And I have never come across a more hateful, mean-spirited, vicious, abusive, trolling group of people until Discovery came on the air. This is the problem with Discovery. It is bringing in people into this fandom who have no business being Star Trek fans. They come out of their way to crawl out of the woodwork to my channel because I guess they don't have any positive Discovery channels out there to hang out at, because who the fuck likes Discovery? People are just lying to themselves at this point. They're culturally appropriating our geek culture, bullying us for not liking it. like, I got news for you, cupcakes. If you all remember, you probably don't because you're probably too young. We were always bullied. We were always bullied for liking Star Trek in the first place. And now we're getting bullied from all these new little snowflakes coming into the fandom, just wanting to tear us down for complaining about it, just wanting to insult us, name call, bully, and this is because of people like Alex fucking Kurtzman. Neville Page is another one. Oh yeah, don't forget, I haven't forgot about you, Neville Page, either, because thanks to the Midnight Edge video, I'm reminded you exist, and that you cannot read or understand anything. Remember when I said short bus trek is something that some people call Star Trek Discovery? And you guys went on your little Twitter hate mob about me? I remember this shit. This is why I say Discovery has ruined Star Trek. Because it's bringing in all of these people into the fandom in their 20s who don't understand it. Who don't understand why we're upset that it changed. Because this is something they've always grown up with. And yeah, TNG is a little dated. And I can understand how today's snowflake culture and generation won't have any idea what it is or what it means, and they won't be able to understand it because they're going to be on their phone half the time anyway, so they won't know when to look up because it's just people talking in a room for some of these episodes, like Measure of a Man or Drumhead. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm tired of the shilling. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the Discovery fans, for sure. There's one more thing I'm gonna pull up here, and I'm gonna try my best to keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it from being super, keep it from showing off anybody. I did retweet something here. All right. I'm trying to find it so I don't show off anybody else's. So I don't show off anybody else's tweets, because this has been one of the problems I have. If you accidentally show any of anybody else's tweets, you end up getting flagged and they attack you and they don't understand why you're upset. But let me see if I can find it. Yeah, okay, I can show this one off. I know this person. They will not be upset if I show off their... I hope. Please don't flag me. Star Trek Discovery. The Doctor, Wilson Cruz, 37, joins Naomi Kyle in the ready room to discuss the last night's episode of Star Trek Discovery. Warning, there will be spoilers. This is a tweet that Wilson Cruz tweeted out a few months ago. These ritual white, straight, cisgender men are not who we are. Fuck toxic masculinity. Well, fuck you. Fuck toxic homosexuality. How about that? And I'm LGBT, so I can say that. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this representing Star Trek. Are you guys sick of this? Because I'm sick of this. These people are ones representing Star Trek to us now. Racist, sexist, bigoted people who like to try and force us. These are people on the show who want to force us out of our fandom. Are we going to take this anymore? I'm not going to take this anymore. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I will see you guys on my birthday live stream, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central, February 16th, 2019. If you guys are seeing this way, like, years from now. Thank you so much for watching. I am Mecha Random 42, and I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!